wholeness, peace, health, and an abundance of resources in my Telegram channel. Join for free. Link is in the description. Enjoy the video. Greetings and welcome. Tonight we are back at reading Elementary, a wisdom-filled guide for life explorers. People-pleasing and seeking validation from an outer authority is a pattern, a breathing pattern, an action steps pattern, an aura movement pattern developed when we were little and our parents monitored our every move. Whenever we do an action, we first get flooded with fear, remembering a punishment that came from a mistake. Then a hole rips within our energy field and our attention jumps out in all directions looking for the source of danger or authority that will give us permission for the next step or a new direction or correction. In our adult lives, this then becomes a burden to all around us as we are dependent on confirmation from total strangers in between breaths, in between decisions. Then we attract those that want to be this authority for us, which ends up being dysfunctional. It's too great a responsibility to be this for another person. Notice whether after doing certain actions you become scared for no reason and your attention jumps out and starts looking for something. Notice when you feel being watched and judged. If there is really anyone around you looking, be brave and look around. You might find that this is just a memory. To practice coming out of this, have courage to orient yourself and look around often. And also have courage to proceed between two actions while having all your attention on yourself, not looking out and listening to see if it was good or bad. Dance as if nobody is looking. We are liquid consciousness. Where our lymph is flowing and where our blood is flowing is where our consciousness will be. Oxygen charges and movement delivers and directs. Choose to move blood and lymph all over your body every day before you make any decision or draw conclusions about who you are and what is happening in your life. Most of our opinions about ourselves, our personal power, self-worth, abilities, opportunities, and so on, come from times when we are not fully activated and charged up, so of course we cannot feel this vitality. It doesn't mean we don't have it. It means at that point it was dormant and it is always up to us to charge it up or to become in charge. Don't make decisions when you wake up. All of your energy is pooled up in your head. You're not yet connected to the Earth's magnetic field of gravity unless you sleep on the floor. Stagnant toxins and stagnant hormones are pooled all over the not moving many hours. Due to the constricted and shallow breathing that we do in sleep, we are full of fear, stress hormone cortisol, and that's why we wake up anxious. We have been in stiffness and darkness for many hours, darkness being literal dark and also metaphorical darkness in the body and the mind. Gravity. Up and down magnetism gives us energy. Spine and location. Relationship with the earth and sky, and we are in the middle. We are whole. All centers charged. Every energy center, organ, body part carries its own identity, character, archetype, strengths, weaknesses, secrets, gifts, superpowers, wisdom, past trauma, and future directions for you. Charge them all up every day so you have all your tools at hand. So you're not making moves from just 1% of your entire being. And mostly we use only our minds, which are filled from outside. Use some practice that makes you use balance, coordination, displacement, moving all joints, all muscles, all fascia, looking around, breathing, going up and down with and against gravity. Ideal in martial art, dance, or you can find other things, I am sure. Boundaries. When setting boundaries, you have to make the choice to leave. You have to make the choice to move. You have to be the one to disconnect. It's not about pushing someone away. It's about you distancing yourself from something unhealthy for you. We have to leave the other in their reality, not push them out of it to set our boundary. We cannot guarantee the other will move if we push, or that they will stubbornly stay and even enjoy the drama, fight stimulation, and nothing will change. If you leave, you are sure that you hold your space. Be honest with yourself. Am I still feeding my attention into this person, this situation, and this memory? We can look away, yet our aura and attention can still be on it. You cannot lie to yourself about what you are attached to and focused on. It's not about appearing that you can't care about the external world. It's about the truth genuinely inside of you. Am I still focused or not? There's no reason to prove we can endure and endure. We are not strong if we choose unhealthy over and over again until it becomes healthy, because it won't. Be weak in whoever's eyes by saying, I don't want this anymore. It's too much for me on any level. Your intuition knows this. It is your mind that is having a hard time accepting. Trust yourself. It is what is best for you at this time. Do you see your own light? Others can see your light only if they are in theirs. If you shine and you get darkness reflected back, it doesn't mean your light is not good enough. It just means that the people around you are in darkness. It can be sad to accept, and yet very liberating. It's not good or bad, it's a matter of different songs that you and the other are dancing to. We don't give somebody our light, and then we have spent it. We role model and remind others of how to shine. Light eyes, bright sky, sunshine is out. Heavy eyes, dark eyes, clouds, inward vortex and black hole, illusion. Sometimes just lifting your eyebrows, blinking, breathing, and looking around is enough to break out. When we are born, our parents shine their light from their eyes into ours and connect us online to the grid of life. They give us the seed of our consciousness. We are half mom's mind and half dad's mind, at least in the beginning. Be wary. Be aware of things that keep you in the dark, in tunnel vision, in narrow thinking, in seeing only one solution or no solution at all. People, places, food, content can enlighten us, give us more light, clarity, and perspective, or bog us down into darkness, make us think there is no way out or that everything is futile. You don't need to feed abundance. Abundance is to be allowed and received. You only need to feed a lack. Lack needs constant input. We either stay closed off from receiving or we open ourselves up. If we choose to open up and receive, we don't get to choose one half of it. We need to receive both the light and the dark. Life is a wave to be ridden, not a horse to be tamed into straight and perfect gallop. We are scared to give up reins and lose control, but we actually gain more true control by surrendering. All the answers are out there. We just have to shut up and listen for long enough. We have to be humble enough and remove our ego to allow ourselves to be guided by someone or the earth herself. If you want help and answers, you have to be open to hearing them, and yes, it will be triggering and uncomfortable. Try for a day taking 5 minutes before anything you usually do as a habit. Wake up, grab phone, nope, 5 minutes first. Wanting to eat something? Nope, 5 minutes first. Want to send something to somebody online? Nope, 5 minutes first. Want to go out just to buy something out of impulse? Nope, 5 minutes first. Pausing and breathing just a little bit before any choice opens the doorway to breaking the addictive pattern. We are stuck because we cannot allow ourselves to wait and be bored in silence. There is enough time in a day. There is enough time in a lifetime. All bullies are just seeking connection. They're just seeking connection the only way that they know how. All yelling and screaming is just a cry for help disguised as strength. All pushing away is actually the desire to pull others closer, combined with the fear of rejection. When people are lonely, even drama and senseless fighting will be good enough company and contact. When people are insecure and scared of facing themselves and the uncertainty of life, they will provoke fights just to feel a bit safer and stronger and to avoid the void. Almost no drama or conflict is about what people say it is. We are so disconnected from our essence that our minds and voices speak regardless of what is happening below them. When others pick fights with you over nothing, it's not over nothing. It's just never the thing that they say it is. This also leads to the eternal male and female struggle, where men try to fix the problem that the woman is talking about, and then the women say that men never understand. The issue is whether men do it or women, it's the same on both sides, that we don't actually say what we feel and we expect the other to remedy it and to understand. When others mistreat you and you get hooked, and then you see them actually enjoying the process, just observe and see how sad is it that their actual highlight of the day is this moment. How much suffering and shadow is this person carrying if this is what they live for? This is their version of human connection. Compassion. Attraction is based on friction of energy, and many are taught that conflict and volatile drama is the best way to attract attention and spark attraction and desire with the opposite sex. We also like to challenge each other, men physically, dominating over one another, and women emotionally and mentally. A song about her. I never met her real life. She took me by surprise. She said, I'm yours for the night. 500 upright. All-inclusive flight. No drama or fight. Alright, alright, alright. How much for a sight? I said with a sigh. Just to watch your delight. Just to unwind. Let me look at your grace. I'll be holding the space. If you can unfold your essence, leave your trace with your fragrance. I'll be looking for lessons. The night will be short. Our breath will be endless. All restlessness melts away in the presence. No need for cash in our energy vessels. Don't sell yourself short. Your length is tremendous. All beliefs and the judgments we were taught are redundant. Our nature's abundant. Our temples are vibrant. Let us worship our homes, our bodies, and our wonder. The wanderers rest before changing to hunters. I guided her trip. She soothed my heavy gaze. We laughed at our former selves as I led her out the maze. Nowadays she just sits with her heart pour no more, eyes fixed on the shore, more content than ever before. All she ever needed was some space from a stranger, some grace from a father figure to let out her anger in safety. All I needed was bravery, recognized in another's eyes, fueling me with passion to not live life in disguise. We sell ourselves daily, looking for resonance, not seeing the sparks within our own essence. Endless, tremendous, love tremors, relentless, nourishing freshness. Remember your greatness. Endless, tremendous, love tremors, relentless, nourishing freshness. Remember your greatness. Don't get me wrong. She was no whore. Haven't you heard of metaphors? I wrote all this on a distant shore, right before opening a new door. A slave to the system at large, always ready to give up her charge, to disown her power, her depth, her sorrow, which made the most potent ground for tomorrow. Yet in this world, the lows are not only avoided, they are exiled and emotionally exploited. Either wear a mask and join the circus, or the game of self-worth is always taking the surplus, making you worthless. We used to go back and forth as soon as we crossed the door to our spaceless little dance floor. Blame and guilt and what is this filth? All around, there's no air to breathe. The lack of air was the amount of grief that we both had. I am so glad that we breathe easy now. No regrets, only proud. I used to tell her, rest up. Her head was really messed up from the guilt her father dressed up as templates for good living. Ever since her upbringing, relentless and unforgiving. Maybe we merge again in hallways of eternity, in temples of sand where time stands still. We will chill and build castles together, cosmic children hugging forever. I forgive myself and I forgive you. I accept the whole truth. We are one, my gentle friend. Stay soft until the end. Genes. What ancestor are we honoring and encoding? The most recent ones are reinforced by parents and latest ancestors. What they ate, how they moved, where they lived. All genes are potentials. We either use their shadow side or superpower side. Our recent ancestors were taught that the genes you have are lottery wins or losses. However, everyone has the option how to use a certain one. It is like a switch, whether you are using it with awareness or unconsciously. If we choose to sit around watching and binging a show all day, eating junk food, we are choosing to embody our father, our grandfather, or cousin. If we choose a lighter, more hydrating diet, martial arts, being in nature, and leading an active lifestyle, we are choosing to embody a more powerful, let's say, Shaolin monk ancestor. This is much more difficult as the programming of our recent ancestors is much stronger and closer, and especially empowered if we are around them and we share the same lifestyle. If you choose to activate the DNA genetic codes of more distant relatives in your blood, you also might run into exile from your family. As you know, the cat might kill its own offspring if it smells a scent different from hers. I have my parents attack me in numerous occasions just because their microbiome was inhabited by different rulers than mine, and they sensed and felt betrayed that I was a threat, and I was yet nothing to them, but it was the parasites within them. There are physical and metaphysical parasites, which activate the genes over and over again, keeping a person in a karmic loop. The body holds memory. We can choose which memories we activate. We release stagnant water and remember what is it like to have clean water flowing inside of us. Through the ether element, we are continuously connected to the grid of life, the big field that holds all memories of all life that ever existed. We are able to tap into this and align with either ancient codes of lifestyles or recent victim codes that operate in the majority of people on the planet. There are shamans and artists. They are the bridges People that at the same time are connected to the physical now and also to the ether grid of archetypes, role models that can help us disconnect from old memories. This is my gift as well. It is okay if I don't know how to regulate my emotions. Nobody taught me that because nobody knew. It is okay if I don't know how to listen. It is okay if I don't know how to communicate. Nobody taught me that because nobody knew. It is okay if I don't know my sense of direction. Nobody showed me because everyone is lost. It is okay if I am addicted to unhealthy things. Nobody knew what is healthy for them to even show me. It is okay if I have difficulty trusting. Those that taught me don't trust themselves. It is okay if I always feel there's a big void and lack inside of me. I was taught to look for flaws and be competitive. It is okay if loud noises make me dissociate. We are not living in healthy environments. It is okay if I can't keep up with society. I am in tune with nature that doesn't rush. When people do not look at us in the eyes in the shop, not saying goodbye or hello or connecting on a basic human level, we feel lack. We feel as if we were robbed and not reciprocated. In part, it is true. We were not given what we were putting out. A smile, a gaze. Even though it feels like a lack, it is actually abundance, showing us which way not to take, where not to go, and who not to invest our energy in. This is guidance from the universe in disguise. I have to understand that getting a no, or a wall, or rejection is also a big support from the universe. You would not feel lack if your reflexes and nerves alarmed you that fire burns are painful. None of this is personal from anyone you meet. Do not feel lack. Say thank you and move on. Open up your curious eyes, and I bet that in the same situation, there is something or someone open to you that you were not paying attention to because you are focused on the rejecting closed one. As I accepted taking no's without them being personal, I had to pull out all my courage and strength to say my own no's without a guilt to others. And people will guilt trip you when you are authentic to make you second guess if you are doing something wrong. Look through it with dignity. This guilt is a habit energy. Don't expect change without fear. Without fear, there can be no bravery. Don't expect that the way to the next stage of your life is going to be a breeze. Don't wait for this sign from the world. It will not come like this. It will require for you to shake and tremble as you speak your truth. It will require some heavy breathing and uncomfortable emotions. If you evade this all the time, you evade your true self asking for attention. It's messy and all over the place, but it won't be forever. It is asking for your focus, and focus is what brings everything together. Healing is not pretty, but it is beautiful. People reject because they can't be intimate and cannot hold eye contact, because we are mirrors to each other, and all their pent-up energy would come out. When you are rejected, when others look away or close off their field to you, they are actually rejecting themselves first, because their true self, their inner child, their soul, would want that connection as much as you do. Every time someone speaks or emits emotion or communicates in any way to you, observe as if it's not to you, rather just a radiating essence coming from inside of that person, from their life. That way, when you get a disgusted gaze, it's not you who is actually disgusting. It is them who are feeling disgusting in their life for some reason. When you are rejected, it is not you who is rejected. It is that person which is closed off and rejecting some part of themselves. Transparency is hard because you yourself also have to look at the thing that you're presenting to the other person, being so vulnerable and open. This requires accepting it all first to be able to face it. We have forgotten what true friendship feels like, what true integrity and honesty and transparency feels like, what a safe space to share feels like. Maybe we never had any space like this, or any of the things above, from parents or anyone, to even know what it all feels like. All connection, it has become likes and follows, and artificial happiness for others, which is all it can be because we are not happy for who we are. So jealousy is actually the lack that we carry inside of us. We fake happiness for others and their happy lives, which also actually are unhappy except for the real and post just posted. Authentic connection cannot be faked. We are overfed and constipated by so much on all levels of density, yet none of it is life-nourishing. Every event and memory is instantly shared and immediately then lost from our own appreciation if it doesn't get likes. Everything is outsourced, yet we are the source all along. We are each other's resource, if we are sources in the first place. Otherwise, we drain each other instead of connecting. Grief. How much grief have I been carrying my whole life that I haven't given myself time to process? These are immense chunks of memory and insight floating around my field, not integrated into the body. Born during the war, bullied in school, scarcity environment, lack of trust in an absent father, parents fighting and almost separating, then not separating and resenting it forever, feeling guilty for being alive as I was an accident, abusing myself with weed and alcohol and foods to numb myself, in numerous groups and individuals rejecting me, my parents rejecting my choices, seeing them and my grandparents decay with addiction and poor lifestyle choices, seeing society decay in this new age we are witnessing. There are always those suffering more and those suffering less, yet there is no measuring a person's level of experience. Every path is equally heavy on the body of that individual, and that's why I'm allowing myself to be sad as much as needed. This is not complaining, this is just being real. I will accept my sadness as a valid state, and I will remain in it even if others cannot go there in those depths with me. It makes them uncomfortable, and I am the buzzkill of the party. We all carry this buried deep inside of us, and those who deny it for you are those who are denying their own. It is safe for me to breathe slowly and deep, to cry, to be low, and to speak into the heaviness, no matter how it makes others feel. The world is not only one-sided, and although we should tend to look on the positive, this is at least one half of who we are. This is not negative. All this happened. This is not a victim mentality, as I am not stuck and helpless, far from it. All my fire has been forged from these things. It is time to remember and give it water. Too late every day do I touch my sad baseline, as it is my baseline since I can remember sitting under a tree alone at 6 or 7 years old, feeling everybody's suppressed real emotions being covered up by the forced positivity, ignoring the real, the low, the deep, the sober. Too late in every day do I allow myself to accept the magnitude and heaviness of my consciousness, my edge, my depth, my grief, my presence. Usually I start the day forcing the fire to rise, to meet the day in hopes to make it my baseline. I see now that this is conditioned behavior from all others who cannot allow themselves to touch these depths in themselves, and from the go, 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 do, achieve, 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 burn your life away culture. This cannot be my baseline until it becomes the baseline naturally, by allowing the sadness to have its domain for as long as it takes. And it might take years, as there are years of sadness, bitterness, and rejection queued up waiting to be seen in the backlogs of my emotional field. I allow myself to be sad, low, slow, deep, no matter how it makes anyone else feel. Eye to eye level, real and human. I am the Tao. I am she. Life happens with or without me. It flows under and through everything. I am the silent she. Through my eyes I follow her eyes as she guides my gaze with her gaze. I'm seeing a second delayed after where she points. There is no agitated effort needed. She is the only authority. So to whom do we try to prove ourselves by trying to achieve and accumulate? We are here to hold space and observe reality as the architects, to dance as the myriad of unique forms in the garden. There is nothing to do, and yet we can do whatever we like if it's play. I am life, and I am vast and abundant and grateful to get to experience myself through these eyes today. It's okay to lose myself like the sun and the moon briefly vanishing behind a cloud. It is okay to suspend my consciousness upon a warm breeze and seagulls and let it be carried away. It is okay to exist only as the silky breath and silence in the etheric waters around me. It is okay to disappear. I am a wordsmith, an aura tuning technician, word bending magician. First sit still and listen and download the vision. First-hand description of humanity's picture and a scripture for future to embody the mission. I'm a mirror and a prism, drifting in and out of wisdom. Senses follow their own rhythm to escape the mental prison. Where do I place my believing? Where do I rest my perceiving? 'cause this electric gaze burns holes through the maze. Breathe still and refine your spiritual practice to have space for your grace in days of turbulence. Play with your thoughts, your voice and expression. Your unique perspective lifts others from depression. Remove the label, the box, and even the warehouse. From here, all is new. See how it plays out. If you think every story needs a conclusion, that's the illusion. There is no end. This concludes session 3 of reading from Elementary, a wisdom-filled guide for life explorers. Peace, health, abundance, wholeness, prosperity. Check the link in the description to find the website. Here you can find a link to join my free Telegram channel with a bunch of resources, insights, videos, PDFs, music, pictures, people. Then you got send email, inquiry, and connect via WhatsApp. These are all places and ways to get in touch with Root Lightheart. I create lines. There's a link to my free healing movement live class happening almost every day. Link to the YouTube channel. Then we got the introduction questions for everybody that is invited and interested in working with me with my guidance services, coaching, mentoring, and therapy and support. Questions: who am I? Who is my guidance for? Who is my guidance not suited for? What do we use from modalities? What can be done and how can individuals benefit? What can be done? How can relationships and marriages benefit, families and parenting, and then your beautiful children and their education and empowerment? There are 4 steps that I work with people. There's the free 15-minute discovery call. It's an initial contact to connect. There's a one-on-one 30-minute light in the dark clarity session. It's a fundamental session of human design. Then we got the 90-minute deep insightful session, one-on-one, individual, relationships, family, or tutoring the young ones. And then we got the clarity portal, which is 10 sessions of mentoring package for a full life revealing breakthrough, long-term mentoring, motivation, and clarity for a complete transformation. You can read all the descriptions on the website, and you got send email inquiry buttons where if you feel drawn, you can send me an email and then we will see if you fit, if you are ready, if we resonate. You can click here for testimonials. After that, you got the audio courses. The basic course is free. You got intermediate, advanced, the I Ching deep dive, the projector masterclass, elemental balancing, and then you got bundles of discounted courses. Also, I forgot to mention the Clarity Portal, the 10 session mentoring package. There are special discounts if you're a projector type. After that, there's a link to get my new book, Elementary, a wisdom-filled guide for life explorers, recently published. And then there's the submit email contact form. Input your name, email, and what is your inquiry. Click submit. Then you got my Instagram, my Patreon, my YouTube, and Telegram. That is it. Peace, health, abundance, wholeness, prosperity, grounding, balance, clarity, courage, connection, choice, communication, compassion.